So, welcome back. Today we're putting in the inverter. Unfortunately, because of timing and Amazon running late, I don't have a 5-foot set of DC 4-gauge cables to hook to the inverter like I wanted. That is going to pause this installation at some point because without that I cannot connect the inverter. So what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to pull off the breaker panel and show you where the inverter is, probably mount the actual, well, I don't know, I don't think I'll mount it yet because I don't have the cables, so that may have to wait too. So you'll see me installing bus bars today. I'm going to go over the fuse that's on the system and do all the work that I can until I have to stop. Then we'll circle back when I get the cable and we'll get it completed. Okay? So first things first, we're going to pull off the panel, breaker panel. And the way I've got this rigged, remember last time I told you we'd have to get a new cover for it? Well, screw that. I've just literally screwed in a support screw to keep the panel face on, and then I can just drop it off. Boom, Bob's your uncle. Okay, now there's 4 screws that hold this panel in place. Now that one's not actually holding anything. Maybe I need to redo that one. Maybe it's a secondary one or something. Okay, panel's out. Okay. Here we go. Here's our stuff. Yep. Now we've got a piece of linoleum in here.
A piece of what?
A linoleum.
Why?
Because when they build these rigs, they put the linoleum in throughout the whole thing. That was actually running before they put this cabinet in.
Oh.
So I'm going to cut it out. Here, can you do me a favor? Can you move this stuff? There. Get the cables from out of there and pull this out. Oh god, this stuff's nasty and old. Yuck.
Is it just in your way? Is that
Yeah, it's in my way.
Let me see what you're...
There's some light on it here.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
They've got these wires screwed down, so I can probably pull that support out. That's a long screw. Wow, that's overkill. Now we can pull this up. Oh, and they've got an actual bus bar in here mounted where all the whites are going. Interesting. It's going to be a little more complicated to take that linoleum off than I thought. So I think I'm just going to cut
it?
Yeah. Without cutting any wires. That's the key. Without cutting myself.
Yes, please. Meaning don't.
I know what you mean. Oh, look at there's evidence of mouse poop in there. See that?
Ugh.
At some point, this rig had little miceys. Not anymore. Not anymore. Go back.
Okay.
Okay, so we're back. Linoleum's gone. Mouse poop's still there. These are bus bars. So today there's obviously a main power feed that's coming from the batteries to this board. And then there is a power feed that's AC coming. And also there is a ground or a common. I think the box is grounded, but again, these rigs aren't really well grounded. So see these two? There's two wires here. One is a feed wire from the the converter down here. Okay, so I don't know why the video stopped, but regardless, we've got this feed here. It's easy to trace. So that one, this one here, if you see that red cable.
Yeah.
All right, and the back, yep, it's feeding up and around and to here.
Okay.
And I think it might even be labeled on the board here. Not really. So there's that, and it's obviously interconnect. So this has a place for two connectors.
Mm-hmm.
So it may just behoove me to run a separate cable and connect it to this actual board itself, as opposed to trying to disconnect and create extra cabling and then mount all that stuff to a bus bar. So the two whites are already taken, the negative, they're calling it the negative, and then they've got the UCC reverse battery protection fuses, and then they've got this 12 volt. I wish I could see what that says. Positive, okay. Cutesy. All right. Now, so this guy here is feeding over, out, and around. I bet this is the main feed to...
Which one? The red one?
Yeah, the red one. I bet that's from the battery coming in. It has to be because it's the only cable. Yeah, that's the main feed coming in. So the other one here, the other cable, is the...
So which cable are you looking for to set up on that bus bar or whatever that is?
Oh, I'm just going to add a red cable to this other side. This is the actual feed from the battery. So I'm going to connect the other cable when we get it to here. I was considering doing a bus bar, but now that I see the simplicity of what we're doing, we've got negative. Maybe I need to add a negative bus bar. This is actually common. They're calling it negative. My curiosity here on this common. If it feeds down to this, if it feeds down to that bar, that's not common. That's not negative. That's common. So that's a common connector. So there technically isn't a negative per se on this left side. There's got to be a negative somewhere else. Oh, here it is. But that's going to be on the AC side. So I have to figure out where I'm going to place that black terminal, because it doesn't look like the black terminal from the battery is feeding up here. So what they may be doing is they may just be grounding this whole board from this bar here, and this board is interconnected. But I don't see how these are connected in any way. They're completely isolated and separate. And these are all circuits. There's no grounding here. So, yeah, not sure how I'm going to run that black connector.
Do you need to think about it?
I do.
While we're paused, I wanted to just come say hello to Minnie Muffin. This is Minnie Muffin. This is her little bumper that she wears because she can escape underneath the fence, and this keeps her from escaping. So all the little dog owners out there, search up puppy bumper on Google and you'll see lots of these. The waterproof ones are best because the ones that are made out of material will break down pretty quickly and get holes and stuff in it and get extra dirty. But this is made of like a kind of vinyl or something. It's easier to clean. Okay, we'll keep waiting for him to figure out his next solution.
Okay, having thought about it, what makes the most sense is ground is ground, regardless if it's AC or DC. So just because these are separated doesn't necessarily mean that they're not using the same ground, because I believe the whole rig is grounded in the frame chassis anyway. So this here is the main ground, probably coming from the chassis into the bus bar negative bar here. So I've got some solid copper. I can take another one from this bus bar and run it down into this for that black terminal. And that will run the ground out from the Krieger down there. So it'll go into this bus bar, or the negative will go into the bus bar. That'll be the ground side, or the negative side. And the positive side will just hook directly into here when we get that feed. And then from there, we button it back up, and we're done. I mean, it's literally that simple. So I think what I'll do now is I'm going to take this apart and show you how you have to mount it. You just take these two screws off the top of the bus bar, and there it is. And these are some serious lugs. This is what the terminals will connect to. Let me give you an example of that. Why don't you grab that black cable over there for me? Wrapped up in that bag. See that bag there? Yep. Okay. So this little black cable I hope that's the right size. It looks like it's a little bit small. Yeah, see that? See how unfortunate that is?
So you don't twist it down on there, huh? It's supposed to just slide.
Well, yeah, you slide it down and then you take this and screw it over the top. See? Now there's a couple ways to get around that. I can drill that out, make it a little bit bigger where it fits. There's also a different cable. Do you see that red cable?
Uh-huh.
Let me see how big that connector is. Is that big enough to go over the top? No, it's not. So, what about that one? Yeah.
How many of these do you have?
These actually fit. So this is the actual correct size.
Oh.
So, the black cable that I'm getting is that same size, that same diameter.
Mm-hmm. Which is 4 gauge?
Yeah, that's the size of the wire, but it should say what the size of the loop is. 7/8 or 3/8 inch. Okay, so these are 3/8. So these must be 5/16 or 7/16 or smaller. Just not by much. Just enough to not fit. Oh, wait, that one fits. Wait a minute. They're different sizes, I see. So this size fits on the bus bar. And this size must fit on the Krieger, I would imagine. Yeah, the Krieger has smaller lugs on that side. Okay.
What's the Krieger? It's the inverter?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, it's the inverter. Okay, so I'm going to mount this bus bar. If you'll have me do those screws over there, see them? And then I need my, which I have here, my drill. Oopsie. Put that there, and then I have to find a great place to put that. That's not going to be in the way.
The flashlight?
No, not the flashlight.
Oh.
Actual bus bar.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you what. You see that?
Tell you what I'm going to do. You sound like Bob Ross.
See that spot right here?
Tell you what, let's do.
Right down there?
No.
Oh.
Back in the back?
Yeah, back in the back.
All right.
Why don't you come up here and around where you can squat down and film me do it?
Jeez, that squat.
Here's where it gets fun.
There's a reflective glare, but
Okay,
it's
well,
probably going to go away when you're in there.
Avoid it. Avoid the glare, please. We do high quality filming here. We do not use substandard.
That looks fun.
Am I splitting it? Good for me.
You already split it?
Oh, yeah. I can split me some wood, girl. Which doesn't matter. That's just holding the bus bar anyway.
Yeah.
This is uncomfortable.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I'm going to slide it a little bit over to the left. Maybe I can not split out the other side. split that one too.
Split it anyway.
How we doing? Good?
Yep, we're doing good.
Okay,
I'm sorry about that.
Right. Okay. Pause. We're just going to add a ground to a bus bar. Because that black terminal on the Krieger side needs a ground. So I'm going to give it one.
Oh, so this is the copper you needed?
Yep. And don't worry, folks, I've got the power and the DC turned off, so even if I accidentally touch something, I'm not going to get hurt. You're not going to get a free show. Oh, look at he shocked the crap out of himself. And again, this is just running the fridge, so no big deal. Connect it to one of these. Right here. Right there in that bus bar. Looks like there's an open slot. That's got two, that's got a big one, that's got a little one there. You're blocking me.
Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get... There's a weird glare.
And that looks like an Allen wrench, which I don't have with me.
This stuff takes forever.
I know, right? That's why people are irritated. They don't want to do it. It takes forever. And then we're going to figure out what size these dudes are. Let's see if we can guess. First shot. See if this is the right one. We guessed wrong. Oh, and it's a flathead works too. Look at that. It is a flathead. That's not quite the right size. So we technically need one size off.
Wait, let me guess. You got to go back out there again and get it
I'm
out.
going to use a different set of Allen wrenches, but I think before I do that, I'm just going to see if I can just unscrew it from here. Yeah.
So you wrap the wire around that?
No, you just stick it in the hole. See that hole there?
No. But I can use my imagination.
There you go. Perfect. So we're just going to tighten this back down again. It wasn't very tight to begin with. Wow, none of these are really very tight. But again, remember, these rigs are not ever truly grounded. So, unless you obviously hook up to a source where your power's grounded out. Okay, so here's our wire. I'm going to follow this other ground.
So you're taking the copper piece back there to the bus bar you mounted.
Yep. And I'm going to loop it. And I think what I'm going to do is...
You're going to loop it?
Yep.
And swoop it?
And twirl it. I'm going to create a great surface tension for it. It'll loop right here. Good enough. Then we'll put this on there. Then we'll put this on there.
For those that can't see what this is,
Okay, and then we'll use our, here it is. Tighten this. Perfect. Nice and tight. Perfect. Now that takes care of that. Now we need that other 5-foot cable that we don't have to run through the hole to the Krieger, and the black one will feed to here, the red one will feed to here and there, and we should be good to go.
All right, so we'll be back.
Yeah, later on.